Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra's lair. I'm your host, Larry, and we're back to check out another mobile game here today, taking a look at the soothing and relaxing puzzle game called Ruya, which is made by Miracle T Studios. It's available on iOS and Android for around $1. Well, it's not quite available for Android yet. I am playing the Android version in this video, but currently the only full release is available on iOS. You can find a link to that in the video description below. And this is a very charming, very relaxing puzzle game that also has a strategic side. Because as you can see from the screen, this is a game all about matching sets of colors, anywhere between 2 to 4, maybe 5 later in the game. I haven't quite gotten there. Different colors that are represented by the children at the bottom of the screen. You gotta fill them up with the corresponding colored heads that you match on the board in order to make sure that everyone's happy and you get sent along through the game to the next level. And this isn't just a game of, just matching colors wherever you feel like. The computer actually provides you with a combination or an arrangement of colors that you have to match. So sometimes you have to just match 2, sometimes you have to match 3 in a straight line, sometimes in an L shape, sometimes 4, and as you go deeper and deeper into the game, you start to get more elaborate combinations that kind of look like Tetris pieces. And the strategic element sort of comes in here when you eventually begin to run out of little heads in order to match, in which case your main character at the top of the screen, Ruya, will be more than happy to supply you with additional character floating noggins. They are given to you in a random assortment, so basically you just have to say, well, I need 4 more red kids to make the children at the bottom of the screen happy, so I'll just wait and kind of throw heads around, filling random gaps until I get the right color, the red color. I'll put it into an L shape, and then I'll suddenly, very tactfully, be able to get a little 3 combo and beat the level. And the more moves you have left over at the end of each match tends to improve your overall score, which is actually denoted, funny enough, in little flowers. So you get like 3 flowers that indicate that you have accomplished that level the bestest that you possibly can. It's best 3 out of 3. Most of the time I get 3, sometimes I only get 2 flowers. I'm not really sure if there's any other factors involved with that other than just have a bunch of moves left over so that it processes whatever leftover floating heads into additional points. And there's also kind of a story to this game as well. So the game revolves around this woman, Ruya, who the story starts out with her meeting her wife and adopting a lovely family of children, but then something happens and her wife disappears, and she begins to grow antlers in her despair, in the kind of trying to deal with the different factors and facets of her life, and eventually she starts to lose herself, she starts to lose her memories, her children kind of go off and they're like, okay, mom's having like a moment, let her do her thing. And so now she's stuck in this meditative mind dimension where my interpretation is she's trying to like sort through the different conflicts and issues in her life to try and figure out what's been going on to reach some sort of conclusion or some sort of remediation or something. So you're just kind of going through her journey, her cosmic mind journey through the cosmos, I would assume solving problems for other people as you meditate. And the circle at the bottom of the screen is actually representative, I was brain farting that word for some reason, of the circle that she's sitting in while she is meditating. And overall, I actually did find this to be a pretty engaging game. I mean, it seems very simple to just match a few colors based upon what it gives you. You have more than enough moves to complete every level through the second, like, planet that you can visit for different levels. And, you know, it doesn't seem that challenging. But based upon the different ever-increasing and complex layouts of the levels, which are not very big, they start to get very constrictive, you end up kind of backing yourself into a corner where the game has to automatically reset itself and take away a move so that you're not locked away, being forced to reset the level all the way back from zero. So there is an element to this that's very challenging. It's very restrictive yet expansive in providing you with the ability to move around different extra heads to make combinations, but also putting the default starter stuff in places that are a little bit hinky, so you have to really think, you have to really strategize before you get too much further. And it's also rather hypnotic and relaxing. I mean, I've played a lot of games like Ruya that have promised me, like, hey Larry, you kind of stressed at the end of the day, you've been busy. Well, play our game. This thing will zonk you out, get you ready for bed, and you'll be really chilled out and relaxed. And some of them kind of got there, which is more to do with their music choice than anything else. But all the elements of this game I found fairly relaxing. Everything from the minimalist graphics, which is just some solid blocky colors with a gradient here or there. It's just very cartoony, very relaxing, and the ambient music really fits the setting, the kind of space astral projection setting. So I did find this rather relaxing. And in terms of, like, value for dollars, this is $1. I mean, it's literally $1 filled with oodles of levels with an ever-emerging story, which is displayed with indirect animations of Ruya and her interactions with other people, some people that I assume might be her children, as you try to wind your way through her mind and her life and her past to try and find your way through this relaxing cosmic galaxy. So you definitely get more than enough bang for your buck. Like, way more. This is definitely a game that if you told me it was like $5, $6, $7, $8, $10, probably even close to like $15, I would say that's probably valid. I mean, if I saw this on Steam Greenlight, I would definitely say that this could easily be a $5, $10 title without even going into, like, people questioning if that's really a valid price. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on here. That said, it's very simple and straightforward. Like, this is not a confusing game. It's just, you can sometimes back yourself into a corner. I've done that a number of times where the game had to automatically reset, or I reset it myself because I got a little into the whole thing. But, you know, I like it. I would definitely recommend this game. It's simple, relaxing, but still engaging and a bit challenging. So you can check this game out for yourselves. It's called Ruya. It's R-U-Y-A. It's made by Miracle T Studios. I will link you to Miracle T Studios' website for the game, where you'll be able to find all the up-to-date links for the game, because I do not as yet have an Android link. I am playing the Android version, but that one's not fully out yet to my knowledge, so when it is available, you will be able to see that on the website. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry. This has been a look at the mobile puzzle game Ruya. I like it, I recommend it, and I'll catch you guys and gals next time. Have a good one, don't forget to like and subscribe, and toodles, everybody.